Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to the SST classroom again. And this is the third part of the chapter What is Democracy and Why Democracy? That is from the political science. In last video, I told you about the major features of democracy. There are total 5 major features of democracy, and I told you 3 in the previous video, and the further 2 features I'm going to explain you in this video only. The previous one was government based on the will of people. Second, major decisions must be taken by the elected leaders only. And the third, free and fair elections. For more information, go through the previous video and see the whole video, everyone, because if you miss if any of the part of any of the video, then you are not going to understand the chapter. That is why it is very important for you all to go through the all videos and keep on studying, keep hard working, and keep asking the questions also. In previous video, I used to give some value based questions also, and here are the answers of those questions. First, there are two major forms of government in the world, that is democracy and the dictatorship. Second, USA, India, Russia, Pakistan are the democratic countries. Third, Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan, China, Iran are the non-democratic countries. There are many others. You can take any of the example. I have taken the four because I gave you the name of any four democratic and non-democratic countries. Whatever you feel, you can write the name of those countries too. Dictatorship is a form of the government in which people do not choose their representative. It has no fixed time of the ruling. Fifth one, democracy is a form of government in which people choose their representatives at regular intervals. Sixth, military coup means forcible removal of an existing government from power through violent means. 7. Estonia and Switzerland are the two countries which are having direct democracy. And moving towards the other features of the democracy, the fourth one is the one person, one vote, and one value. And here also I am presenting you some of the examples so that it can be more clear to you what is the meaning of one person, one vote, and one value. In Saudi Arabia name, it is a name of a country, you have all heard it. Saudi Arabia, only men gives vote, women did not give vote. Even right now also in Saudi Arabia, only the men's give vote, women's are not having right to give the vote. In China, you have studied, I told you, the member of Chinese Communist Party can give vote only. First, the person has to become the member of the Chinese Communist Party and then the election held. So what happens? Automatically, a single party always won the election. Then in Mexico, only government employees and the educated persons can give vote. In Fiji is also a country. Fiji, only the natives of Fiji, those who born in the Fiji, those who are known as the, matlab there is a particular set criteria for the natives, and only those persons are having right to give the votes over there. But as per the feature of the democracy, one person, one vote, one value, what should be exactly done? That is, each person of the country must get the equal voting right without any discrimination, without seeing it that a person is rich, poor, male, female, educated, uneducated, government employee or not, or belongs to any area or not. These things should not be matter in this feature. According to this feature, these things doesn't matter in democracy. Democracy sets a rule just that every person must have equal voting right, and every country, those who followed this feature, they set a particular age, and after that age every citizen of the country will be able to give the vote. If this feature is not happening, if it is not happening in any of the country, then you can understand it, that country is no more a democratic country, that country is not following the features of the democracy, and automatically that country is going to become a non democratic country. It will no more a democratic country. So that is why everyone must have individual voting right, and this individual vote provides us the strength. That is why we people are important in this country. For example, whenever elections held in our country, I am giving you example of the India only, the leaders and the person go to door without any discrimination. They go to the poor person, they go to the slum areas, they go to the rickshawalas, the laborers. Why? To ask them to give the vote. Why? Because those people are having their voting power in their hand. Suppose if this voting power is not given to them, then what? No one is going to ask them, no one is going to look after them, no one will worry about them कि what they are doing, they are living, they are dying, they are doing anything or not. Nothing is going to be happen then. So please understand the value of this power, voting power. It is a very important thing for us. And one person one vote one value means कि earlier some of the things were like that a particular group was having the power of the vote, and another group was not having the power of the vote. But as per this feature, every person individually have the voting power, which is strengthened the country and the conditions of the people. It makes the democracy more beautiful. The working becomes more convenient for the persons. That is why this feature is very important, and you must understand it also. The next feature is the rule of law and the respect for the rights. Example is here of a country, Zimbabwe. You know the country Zimbabwe, must have heard the name of it definitely. Zimbabwe attained the independence in 1980 from the white minority. Zimbabwe was under the dictatorship. In Zimbabwe, the white and black persons are there, and the white peoples were there, sorry, and they were ruling on the country. But in 1980, they gained the freedom from the white minorities and wants to keep their country become make their country a democratic country. ZANU PF, ZANUPF, it is the political party which led the freedom struggle at that time. And after getting the freedom from the white minority, only whenever the elections held in the country, they become the democratic. They made the constitution also. But whenever the elections held, only this party always won the elections. Then over the years, government keep on changing the constitution several times to increase their power. What happened? They got the power of the country because many of the people support them, because they were the reason to get the freedom from the white minorities. So the people of the Zimbabwe supported them, and they used to give the elect vote to them. But what happened? As the time passes, this political party get to the usual of it, and they don't want to give the power to the anyone. And to keep the powers in their hand, what they did, they changed the constitution several times. So this should not be done. What is the exact meaning of rule of law? It means every individual in a democracy should abide by the law or a constitution which is made. It should not be happen like that ki if we don't want to follow the rule, so we can change the constitution again and again. Suppose in India, I'm talking about now, that the BJP government is going on at the central level. From the last two times they won the elections, but it doesn't like it that next time also if they want to be the frame the government in the India. So what they will do, now they are having the problem, so they go and do the changes in the constitution. It cannot be done and it should not be done, because countries should be governed by the constitution only, not by the government. Government is doing whatever for us that is written in the constitution, that is the working of the government. They have to do it, they cannot deny from the working, because as per the constitution the working in a democratic country is runs by the constitution only, not from a person, not from a political party, not from any of the leader. And the respect for right means every citizen of a democratic country is provided with some important rights, and it is the duty of the everybody to respect each other right and compile with them. And respect for right means that there should be some basic fundamental rights for the people of the country, and those rights should not be changed at any how. This is the meaning of the rule of law and the respect for the rights. It also encourages the normal political parties' activity. Then should respect the basic and fundamental rights. It should not be done that if any of the person, any of the government is having the power in the country, they are going to change the fundamental rights, or they are going to change the rules and laws. It is only as per the need. It is the fundamental rights, so cannot be changed at anyhow in a democratic country. Otherwise the it will be disbalanced, that it will no more a democratic country if such thing happens. People should be free to think, express and protest, and everyone must be equal in the eyes of the law. As per this feature, rule of law means everyone is equal in the eye of the law. There should be no discrimination within the people on the basis of their caste, color, religion, rich, poor, male, female, age, not at all anything. Nothing. So these are the very major features of the democracy which I told you. I am giving you a brief recap of it so that you can understand it. That democracy, there are the five total major features of the democracy. First, government based on the will of the people. Second, major decisions must be taken by the elected leaders. Third, free and fair elections. Fourth, one person, one vote, one value. Fifth, rule of law and respect for the rights. Whenever you read about the democracy, you analyze about a democratic country, go through these features and compare that country's condition with these features, and then try to understand whether the country is democratic or not. Now, here I am giving you a question that you have to tell me whether India is a democratic country or not. Think about yourself, write it in your own words, and tell me in the next video, or you are having my number and the other contacts also, you can contact me and tell me that you have did this work and working, so that I can know that how much you can relate it to the chapter. That it is very important that you must relate the things with the chapters, relate the things with the topics also. So one only one question I am giving you in the homework, that is the whether India is a democratic country or not. Justify it in your statements and go through these features and then relate that India is a democratic country or not. Here we are finishing this topic, and thank you so much everyone. And in the next video we are going to continue the next part. Some of the things are remaining in this chapter only, and we'll do it in the next part.